This is our 2024 Thor Pasadena 38BX, which is the bunk model. And we've had it about 7 months now, and we've loved it from the time we had it, but we decided that we prefer
you walk in, there's updated steps. You're also going to see the switch for the main batteries, for the steps, for the step lights. You can turn on your master lights, turn them off there, extend and retract your awning, and we'll go up inside.
So we have room up here for, it's probably what, a queen size up here. You have a retractable shade for the window up front here, and there's 2 windows to the sides. We have a theater seating here, which is across from the TV and the dinette. All the store paperwork is here. And then into our kitchen, let me pull these out. And we have some storage in here on both sides. This will drop down and make a bed. And the theater seats will also recline. And then into our kitchen. We have storage up here.
There's also where you hook your wine guard up. It's got a wine guard 360 up on the roof for your antenna and Wi-Fi boost.
Same here. And then there's a little bit of storage above the steps.
You got speakers that work off the front radio in the cab that go back here. And let's just go up in the cab real quick. So this is on a Freightliner S2 RV chassis, 360 or 340 horse, 800 foot-pounds of torque. It does have an updated stereo. Here is your controls for your LCI levelers. 3000 transmission from Allison. Air conditioning controls here. This here is going to be your lights. You'll see that when we go for the outside. This is going to be your master switch for your lights, and then you push each one of those on. There's a bar light and also fog lights, one at a time, and then you turn your master switch off. All right, and then got some cubbies up top here. Put your sunglasses in or what have you, and then we'll go to the back. Again, this is with the slides out. Let's talk about the kitchen.
So here's our kitchen area, and we have a retractable faucet and double sink, which is plenty big enough. We installed a tower of power here to give a couple extra outlets. Cabinets here, plenty of storage for dishes and your cups.
You left dishes up in there. You're gonna have to get those out.
We have a convection microwave here, which I don't even know if we've ever used it.
I think we used it 3 times.
And then you have your stove top here.
What kind of stove is it? You got a 2-burner gas stove from propane, and then you also have your single burner for your induction stove.
We have a tile backsplash here.
Real towel.
Storage here with adjustable shelves. And your 2 drawers here. Lots of storage here. And then under the sink, for trash and whatever.
You can leave that light in there. I mean, you can.
And then we have a residential refrigerator.
Freezer, microwave, or ice maker. One thing I do want to note when you come in, you'll see 2 plugs right there. If whoever ends up with this, if you end up buying a leveler from I'll figure it out. I'll put it in the tail end of the video. You put your leveler right there, and you can level your coach, and that's what will fit there.
Here we have a pantry.
We'll be taking this with us. Places we've stopped, people we're buddies with. So we'll be taking that with you, but a nice place to put that. There is no way to pull this out, but behind there's where your furnace is. And can you reach that up there? If not, I will. More storage up there, though it's tough to get to because it is high.
Okay, and then here's your controls for your lights and generator and heat.
So let me show you the Firefly. So you start off with, this is your home screen. This is going to show you your fresh gray, black, and LP. You can turn your water pump on and off there. Show you your house batteries, your chassis batteries, gen start and stop. AGS, so automatic generator start. You can set that up so it will turn on at low voltage or high heat or one or the other. Your Go Power, which is your solar. So there's a solar panel up on top. Your temperature front and rear, light master on and off. You can open the shade from there. You can start your generator and stop your generator from here. It'll also show you shore power if you're plugged into shore power. Breaker box. Again, this is where you set up your AGS. This is all your lights. And if you see any of the light switches that have an up and down arrow, if you hold those, let me switch this over to the main light. If you hold those in, you'll turn them off or they're dimmable. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's just the 2 in the back. Let me turn off the kitchen one and you'll see what I'm talking about. So if you hold on to that, you can see that they dim, and then if you keep holding it, they get bright again. So that's going to be any of the light switches that have that are dimmable, which is the living room, the hallway, and the bedroom. Cargo light for down underneath. Your awning lights. Again, you can also control both of those at the doorway. And then you have your temperature front and rear. For cool, heat, which is heat pump, and then your furnace, and then you can turn it on auto. Heat pump's only on the front. There's not one in the back. That's just air conditioning in the back. And then you have your fan, so you have a mid bath. So there's only one bathroom in here, so this is your ceiling fan, and then also your kitchen fan. This is razor lower, and then the bathroom is a manual one. This is where your slide controls are. It's going to, a couple things we did: make sure you set your brake, make sure you lift your bed, and we carry braces in between the walls and the slides when we're going down the road, so we leave those on to remind you. But before you put your slides in, you're going to have to, one, turn your ignition on, and then it's going to ask you for your bed lift. Hit bed lift like that, and then you're going to just simply say yes that the bed's lifted, and then once it's started, this will unlock and you'll be able to pull your slide in for the bed, and then pull your slide in for the driver's side, which is a large wall slide. For your awning, the ignition actually has to be off, so you can control your awning here. This is the outside awning, or you can control it at the door. The other nice feature about this, so this here is going to show you your mobile app if you're hooked to a network. So if you have Wi-Fi, change your screen brightness here. Auto dimming gives you your time and date, your floor plan against 38BX. So with the mobile app, you go here and you just scan that QR code. You can control this coach from anywhere in the world as long as you're hooked to Wi-Fi. So before we set this, or before we trade this in, we'll hit reset the pin, and then whoever buys this will be able to set the pin to wherever they want it, wherever they want. So again, you can put this on Google Play Store or Apple, either one, and you'll be able to control this from anywhere in the country, anywhere in the world. So if you're someplace, you got dogs inside, you'll be able to start and stop your air conditioners, check check your temperature and everything else right through here. Down here is your Xantrax for your solar control. It's going to show you your batteries. So I've had this thing turned on all day long without anything running. So we're inside of the warehouse. It's dark in here, so there's no solar right now. That's why you're getting a red light here and blinking. But that's it.
Okay, so let's go into the bathroom. It's a pretty decent sized bathroom.
Got your toilet here. It's a foot flush porcelain toilet.
I'll show you the storage that we have here. This is your medicine cabinet with lots of storage. Got a cabinet here. And then a cabinet here. It's the towel rack here. And then you have upgraded backsplash on the sink here. And then upgraded backsplash tile in the shower. So
the shower does have a seat in it. It's a 30 by 36 shower with a seat in it. This is also where you'd re-trip your GFCI, and this is where you're going to set your on-demand hot water heater. You also have, at every room, you'll have your light switches.
Then across from the bathroom we have our bunks, and this here will lift up and you can hook it there, and there's a rail there if you want to use that for hanging clothes. You can do that. And each bunk is equipped with a place for your iPad with outlets, USB outlets on both sides. And then
got a full-length mirror. Good.
Coming back to the bedroom, here's our washer dryer.
It's Whirlpool. Thor uses Whirlpool instead of Splendide, so they're much better quality. They work, and we've used them a couple times. We don't use them a whole lot.
And then we have a tilt-a-bed here. So this is what we were talking about whenever, or before you bring in the slide, you want to make sure that this is lifted all the way. And the controller is right here. So this will put it down. And this is a king-size bed. And Brooklyn Bedding mattress is where we got this from.
So Brooklyn Bedding mattress is it's about an $800 mattress. It's going to be staying in. And then above the bed, can you push that light in up there once this goes up? Those are dimmable lights there. You hit it again, it will turn blue at nighttime, or off, and you hold it and it will dim.
And then we have storage above. This is pass-through storage.
So you got 4 of them up there.
They're all the same size.
That is your temperature sensor on the wall. You got 2 of them, one in the hallway, one there.
There's storage here under the bed on both sides. And then this is where
your fuses are, both the 12 volt and then the reset for your breakers. And then you have your other drawer there.
Okay, and then back here we have like a little hamper that pulls out, and then there's storage underneath here. And then we have 4 cabinets up here, and this is also pass through. And then we have closet space here, pretty big.
There's all your information from Thor that's going to be hanging there. You also have 2 hooks there to hook your, I guess you had vacuum cleaner and such hanging off of there.
And then there's 2 drawers down here. And here. Here's your ladder for the bunk above the cab.
And then a ladder for the top bunk.
And then also there is the sliding door. So you want privacy from the living area. This closes off the bedroom.
We've decided to trade this in this coach has been flawless for us. We really like it. We thought we were going to use the bunks, and turns out we aren't using the bunks as much. What are you going to miss about this coach? What do you like about it? What are you going to miss?
Well, this was our first one, so it was a little nerve-wracking in the beginning, but I think, I don't know, I like everything about it. The only thing I missed, I would say, is from other ones that we went through was, I wish this one had a fireplace. But other than that, I mean,
the credenza in the back is something that's unique for the bunk model, and I think you'll miss that.
Yeah, it was nice to have, just to, decorate, or, for the storage.
Overall, both inside and out. We'll show you the outside here in a little bit, and we'll also close this up so you can see what it looks like with the slides in. I don't believe in turning in something or trading in something that's not in great working condition. This thing is in perfect working condition. It just came back from Thor for a tune-up. We had some paint work done. There's a couple things that needed fixed there. They replaced 2 of the levelers that we had a problem with. They went through the entire coach and put 2 new batteries in. There are 4 batteries. You're going to have to probably stay after that or move into lithium. But this coach is perfect. Inside and out, there are absolutely no problems. You will see that.
And, I mean, obviously, if we were not satisfied with this, we would not be...
So we'll close this up. You'll be able to see what it looks like inside and out. We'll have to pull it outside. Right now we're inside of the warehouse. It's too dark to see what's going on the outside. We'll pull the awnings in and show you what it looks like. But again, this coach is in perfect shape. It's got 11,000 miles on it. You can get a hold of Basil Francis from General RV. He can sell this to you from anywhere in the country. We are going to be dropping it off in Pennsylvania, flying down to Florida to pick up our new one. But they can deliver this anywhere. And I would not put this video out if I didn't believe in this coach and believe in Thor and even Basil. Maybe not General, that's up to you. But this thing is rock solid, and I would have no problem keeping it. And hope that whoever buys this looks at this video, and you can always email us or get in contact through our YouTube channel if you have any questions. But this thing is perfect. We'll close up the slides. Hey everybody, now we're outside on our 2024 Thor Pasadena 38BX. Just want to show you the outside's as nice as the inside. If you know me, I'm very particular about my paint on all my cars, and it's no different with this one here. So it doesn't matter if we went for a short trip, if I went down the street to put fuel in this thing, every time it went out on the road, it got wiped down when it got back. So some of the paint issues that there's a few things I needed touched up. I just brought it back from Thor out in Wakarusa. They took care of that. This thing is flawless inside and out. So we'll just kind of start in the front. Again, it's the S2RV chassis. So on a Freightliner, very simple to lift this up. You can come around here to the side. This is going to be your Cummins engine in here with an Allison 3000 transmission. Again, as we mentioned before, it's 340 horsepower, 800 foot-pounds of torque. And on a 3000 Allison transmission, there's a button that you push. It's a mode button. It puts it into more of a performance type of mode. It will pull anything. I pull with a car trailer a lot of times, either a 63 C10 or a 60 Impala. You know that if you know anything about cars, the 60 Impala is probably one of the heaviest cars that General Motors ever made. You don't even know it's back air. And then you add the trailer on top of that, which is probably another 3,000 pounds. So we'll talk about the hitch when we get around back. This is very simple. You can let go of it. It's going to fall back in place. Real simple to strap down. One on each side, you're done. Coming around on this side, you're going to have trucker style mirrors on both sides. They are heated and electric. You're going to have chrome door handles that, again, there's going to be a lot of add-ons here. But the chrome door handles, you're going to see the paint. It's a 4-color paint. Very, very nice, extremely in good shape. We'll talk about the wheels and suspension. So these are 22.5-inch wheels. The tires are dated 2023, so you got a lot of life left in these tires. I do have adjustable Gabriel gas shocks in there. And then the other thing I would do if I was going to keep this, or if I was buying this, I would put Sumo springs on there, and I'd also put a steering stabilizer on there. I know that they do a great job because I had them on here. I took them off, but they are very simple, easy bolt-on accessories that I think is going to help your handling. So the other thing I want to point out, two things. One, these aren't the original wheels. These are a North Star wheel that have a coating on them so that you have to clean them, but you don't have to polish them. The nice thing about it, it's a coated aluminum, if you will, so they don't dull. Behind those, and I doubt you can see it there, but you'll notice it at some point. There's centromatics, and basically what centromatics are is it's a weight that goes between your wheel and your hub. And that weight is a counterbalance. So what it does is it eliminates all the shake out of your wheel. So you can go down the road 75 miles an hour. It's straight and true. Centromatics are something that I would recommend. They're staying on this. I'm not taking them off. They're staying on there, so they'll be on this. Also inside this wheel, there is Tyron bands. It's a $4,000 option if you buy it from the dealership. What Tyron bands does is it fills up that cavity where your wheel ducks in. So if you were to have a blowout, what happens is your tire goes down into that cavity and then the tire comes off the rim. With Tyron bands, it doesn't allow that to happen. So it keeps your tire on the rim so you can at least get it off the road and it doesn't rip it out of your hands. It's much safer. So wheels, tires, Tyron bands, and centromatics, there's a lot of money in these wheels and tires are on this front end, all staying with the coach. Coming down here, you're going to see we have all this open. I'll show this to you and point out a few things as we're going down through here. You got your steps to get up into your cab. You have the nice part about Thor Pasadena is they build the chassis on a Freightliner, but the house is built up off of the frame. So rotocast, so you don't have to worry about rust in here. So all these are rotocast, but you also have a true 11.5-inch pass-through all the way through at most of these compartments. 11.5 inches from here up, so you got a ton of storage there. Got your steps that are automatic steps on your door. Again, this is another one here. So I won't bring the camera over here, but up underneath here, right where my hand is, you got 110 outlet. So you have 110 outlet here. You have this area here, so if you need to clean it out, or if you need to bring a hose up through here, or you need to bring an extension cord up through here to plug in your 110, that's where you're going to do it. Again, plenty of pass through here. A little bit smaller compartment there. You're going to have your water tank here. It's a 100-gallon water tank for your fresh tank. This does have the, I installed, it's a pretty simple operation, but I installed a heat tank, or a tank heater on here. This is going to go through the other side, plug into the 110 if you ever need that. I'll close these up as we're going through. Slam latch on all of them. Got your TV out here. This does pull out and it does swivel. It's held in with a magnet on the inside. Now I would tell General, if you end up getting this coach before and you see this video before, have them put a sound bar in here. I had a sound bar in here that I'm keeping, but it's plug and play. You're gonna have your receptacle right up here for your TV, for your Roku, whatever you want to put in there, and also for your sound bar. All lockable slam latch doors. Again, another area here, more pass through. Again, not as big as the front compartment, but plenty of pass through here. Here you're going to have your own 8,000 watt generator. This coach has 2 air conditioning units on it, 15,000 and 13,000 BTU heat pump in the front and heat and air in the back. This will run everything you need on this coach. You can run everything, including your heat pumps, your air conditioners if you want, if it's hot, washer, dryer, microwave, everything can be run off of here if you're not hooked up with shore power. Moving around to the back here, a couple of things to point out. Here you're going to have your quick connect for your propane if you need that at your campsite. Up underneath it here, you won't be able to see it, but up underneath it here is your slide control. So if there is a problem with your rear bedroom slide, your slide control is right up there to get to, easy to get to. This is one of the bigger, outside of the front, very front compartment. The back compartment's the largest. Got your ladder here to get up on the roof. Now, a lot of them don't come with ladders anymore, but this one does. Also back here, because if you're towing a car or if you have something on the hitch back here, I installed these. They're from Boogie Lights. These are going to be a 3-way. They're stop, turn, and reverse. So they're mounted up high enough that you'll be able to see that if you're towing something. It's got a 15,000 pound hitch. It's a true 15,000 pounds. Again, I tow a lot on this and never had a problem towing this. You're going to be safe with that 7-pin connector there. Up on top is where the backup camera is. Now, the backup camera will be installed on this. It's the original backup camera. This backup camera here is HoloView BT6. I like this one better. The ones that came with the coach originally, you have 2 side cameras and a back camera. They weren't the best. I switched to BT6. I'll put the original one back up there before we trade it in. Coming around to this side, again, this is just going to be the back side of everything you saw on the driver's side. More pass through on this, one of the larger compartments here in the back. This here is your propane. So you're going to have a couple things. You can check your propane level here. The other thing I would recommend is there's a contraption. It's called a gas stop. You put in between your regulator and your tank valve. And if for some reason there was a reason for the propane to escape quickly, gas stop's going to shut it off so that you won't have a problem. If for some reason you'd have a blowout, something would happen, a line would get cut, it would instantly shut that off. So it's about, I don't know, I want to say $70, but I could be wrong, but it's very simple to put together. This is your fuel fill. 100-gallon fuel or 100-gallon diesel here. Now, one thing I will say, and in my opinion, this is a mistake by Freightliner, and every coach does this that's on the S2RV. You have your fuel fill here. All the way in the front's where it's going to be your DEF fuel up. Now, why is that a problem? Well, one thing, they're 30 feet apart from each other. 2, when you go into a fuel stop, a lot of times they're going to want you to fill up with diesel first and then DEF. Well, if you got a toad behind you, you can't back up. If it's a regular trailer, you can, assuming a truck driver behind you doesn't get right up on your bumper. But if you got a toad, you can't back up. So then you're going to be stuck by putting DEF in through a box. Not a big deal, just something that they should rethink, that's all. Inside here, this is going to be, again, another pass-through compartment. This is where you're going to hook up your power, shore power, right here. I also put on this More Ride Easy reel, so it's an electric reel. It's going to be a simple operation. Here's the button right there. Right now, one thing I will say is when I hooked this up, because this was not part of factory from Thor, I hooked this into your cargo lights. Your cargo lights have got to be on for this reel to work. It's the only way it's going to work. Remove this, run this down, run your cord down through there. So that's where that's going to be. This is going to be your wet bay. So with your wet bay, this is nice, clean, orderly wet bay. So you're going to have your city connection here. If you want to winterize there, this is going to be your black tank clean out. This is pretty simple to use. It shows you to sanitize, tank fill, dry camp, winterize, or city water. It all depends on where you're at, what you want to do. Has an outside shower. Has an inline whole house filter. Now, we run 3 filters before this one and then this one. So this coach, from the moment we got it, in which we bought it brand new, it has had at least 4 filters that filter the water, so all these lines inside this coach are spotless. This is going to be your low point drain for your hot water. Pretty simple to understand because of red and blue, right? This will be your low point drain there. Here's your dump valves. This is your gray valve. This is your black valve. This has only got 1 dump on it. Back behind there, all the way in the back, I don't know if you can see it or not, but all the way in the back there's a blue valve back there. That is your low point drain for your cold water. Here's your water pump. You'll be able to turn your water pump on either through your phone or through the inside at the bathroom, the kitchen, or from the Firefly main board. More pass-through. This is going to be your inverter from Xantrax. 1800 sine wave Freedom X inverter. Here is going to be where a lot of your electric goes up into your coach. This is where it's going to go up into your kitchen. And I say all this because you really need to understand your coach. It doesn't matter if you end up with this one or if you end up with something on a high end or something brand new. You need to understand your coach. There's going to be problems. You need to know where to go to fix those problems, or at least to troubleshoot. Now, one thing, you'll see a drain in the back of all of these. It's easy to get to and clean these out. Here is going to be your battery box. And then with your battery box, I'll stick this inside here, you're going to get this hose. You got your coach your chassis batteries there, your 4 coach batteries, on-off switch for your chassis. Here's your reset for your 100 amp for your coach. And then up here in the corner is where you're going to get air with this hose that will stay in here, and that's an air chuck. So if you need to air up your wheels and tires, or your tires, you absolutely can right off of there. This is going to be your other large pass-through for the front. Now, for me, I had a large toolbox in here. There wasn't a tool that I have in my garage that I didn't have in my coach in case I needed it. Plenty of room for that, plenty of storage. And again, you're going to have that full pass-through all the way across. This is going to be your DEF fuel. It's a little tough to get open. It has a magnet that holds it. This is where your DEF's going to go. The magnet's a little on the strong side. This is where if you get to the point where it's really, really cold, meaning 0 or below, this is where you're going to want to plug in for your block heater. That's pretty much it. A couple steps to get up. You're going to have your air ride seats. You go up and down, whatever you want to make it comfortable for you. And then I'll show you the cab here. Just a few of the operations here in the cab. Here you're going to have your lights, driving lights, headlights, increase and decrease for your speed control. Here's where you turn your speed control on, and then this is where you're going to either set it or resume for your speed control. On the dash, you got oil, water temperature, RPMs, mile per hour. See the mileage there, 11,469. Your DEF is going to be along the bottom here. Fuel is going to be here at the top. You got 2 air systems on this, so your primary and secondary. If you get into an area where it's going to be a little slippery, the traction controls right here. You can turn it off, or you can lock in the rears. This is going to be your Allison transmission, reverse, neutral drive, plus minus if you want to shift down manually. Here's the mode button I was telling you about. You hit that mode button, it will pop up right here. It will say mode, and it doesn't do anything as far as performance for the engine. What it does is change your shift points and your torque ratings on your transmission. So it's going to shift harder and go further into the RPM band and the power band before it shifts. Supposedly, it's going to maybe take away from your mile per gallon, but honestly, this thing I can fill up in Central PA and go down to 95, 100 gallons, and I get to Daytona and I'm about a quarter of a tank or slightly below a quarter of a tank, and then I'll fill up again. I get driving 70-ish. I can get about a little over 12 miles a gallon. If I'm pulling, it's a little over 11 miles a gallon. Window control here, engine brake here, door locks. This is going to coming out of the back of the radio. This is going to be USB in case you want to hook something up to your USB and watch it on here. This is a 15-inch screen TV basically. Parking brake, LCI electronic leveling system. That's coming out. That goes with it's just a holder, something similar to that. You got mirror heat, your regen. I would tell you to read up on your regen, and basically what's going to happen is if you let your coach sit for a long time and the soot builds up, it's got to go through regen, and really what it does is just burns that out by getting the motor real hot. Air dump in the back, 12-volt outlets here, air conditioning controls here. This button here is going to be your generator assist. So if you let your coach batteries die to the point where your generator won't start, come in here, push that button there, and what this does is it takes power away from it shares power from your chassis batteries to your coach batteries, and then we'll start your generator. USB lights for the front, your driving lights. This also is a charger, and also hooks up this TV to allow you to either power your phone, or if you want to add something and watch something a little bit different, that's where that is. That's pretty much it. Both inside and out. Mirror control there, door locks. Again, take a look now that everything's closed up. This is the way we are trading this in. It is the end of February. We're going to trade this in Pennsylvania with General RV. They can deliver this to you anywhere in the country. This is truly a fly in and drive home coach. I know that. I feel comfortable saying that. It is clean inside and out. You can get a hold of Basil Francis. I will put his contact information in this video. You can get a hold of Basil. He can sell this to you. He can deliver for you anywhere you want and get you down the road. But this is truly fly in and drive home. It is spotless inside and out. I have no problem saying if you find this video and you're interested in this coach, you can call me or drop me a note here in the comments, and I can answer anything for you. If it's after the fact, you can always get in touch with me, and I can walk you through everything. This thing is as clean and as nice as anything you're going to find out there. It's something I'm very, very proud of. I'm going to miss it, but at the same time, we're pretty excited about the new one. So stay tuned for the next video with our new coach. See what we ended up with. So that's it. Appreciate you watching. I'd really like for you to subscribe and give us a thumbs up, comment if you'd like, and kind of follow us along as we trade this one in, get our new coach, and start new adventures. Thank you. When I first got this, I started from the top to the bottom and took a rotary buffer and buffed the entire thing top to bottom to get out any kind of hazing, any type of scratches, any imperfections in the paint. Came back behind that with a DA polisher, polished the entire thing. So if you know anything about somebody that which is not the case with me. But if you know somebody that's used a buffer in the past and they don't know what they're doing, you can get a lot of swirl marks in there, and then use a DA polisher to remove them. I've been operating a buffer most of my life, since I was preteen, and so usually don't have a problem. But I followed it up with a DA buffer or polisher, and then after that put a ceramic coating on it. And as you can see, it presents very well. Ceramic coating was put on there and then followed up every time I go out. Doesn't matter if I'm going to get fuel, if we're going on a trip, weekend trip, a week-long trip, a month-long trip. It gets detailed, at least wiped down with some good quality products. Some, usually McGuire's is what I use. So again, flawless paint. So I think you'll be happy with it.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, ciao.